And as a new business owner, there's a variety of different taxes that may apply to you. Some of the different taxes that you may have to deal with include the income tax is the most commonly known as before you even started your own business that you had income tax apply to your personal return. The income tax is depending on what level of taxable income that you have after deductions for various itemized deductions you may have or other types of deductions, then your taxable income determines what tax bracket that you're in. And that can be anywhere from 10% all the way up to almost 40%. If you have a pass-through entity such as a sole proprietorship or a partnership or a S corporation, the income of that business passes through to your personal return. So that entity itself is not taxable. The company's income is flowing through or passes through to your personal return. That gets added on to any other income that you already have personally to determine what your taxable income is and determines your income tax based on those tax brackets I just mentioned. If you were to have a loss from the company, such as from a pass-through entity, that can offset other taxable income that you would have to help lower your taxes. So that's the advantage of a pass-through entity such as sole proprietor or partnership or S corp. A C corporation is a separate company that's taxable by itself, and that company has losses, then it won't pass through to your personal return. Another type of tax that you will have once you start your business are what are commonly called employment taxes. That's when you hire an employee, you will have to withhold that employee's income tax, their federal income tax, as well as their state income tax. That is not a tax expense of you as the employer, that's a tax of that employee. So you're just withholding the tax from them on their behalf. Another one of the employment taxes is Social Security. So to pay for your Social Security in your older age or if you're disabled along the way, Social Security tax is 6.2% of the taxable wage base, which is a little over $100,000. So 6.2% is withheld from your employee, but the company has to match that. So together they are 12.4%. There's also Medicare. There's 1.45 that's withheld from the employee, but again the company has to match that. So the company's Social Security is 6.2, the Medicare is 1.45, together that's 7.65, and the employee has the matching portion of that, that's 15.3% total. There's also unemployment tax where it covers, that is a company level tax, and it's in Georgia the first $9,500 of their wages per year is subject to whatever unemployment tax rate your company has. If you're a brand new company, they start you out at 2.7%. But if you don't have many claims, if people don't leave you and file unemployment, then your rate will go down over time. The state unemployment tax is filed with the Department of Labor on a quarterly basis, and the state income tax is filed with the Department of Revenue on a monthly basis usually. And the federal income tax and the Social Security and Medicare are withheld and deposited with the Treasury, usually on a monthly basis. So all of those together are what is kind of known as the employment taxes. But I mentioned a second ago there's the self-employment tax. Well, if you have your own LLC and you don't incorporate it and it's taxed to you as a sole proprietorship, the self-employment tax covers both the Social Security and the Medicare portion that I mentioned before, both the company and the employee match. So I mentioned before that 7.65% was the employee portion and the company was a match of 7.65. Together they're 15.3. Well, that's what the self-employment tax is. It's 15.3% of whatever profits that you have from your sole proprietorship after your deductible expenses against those. There are a lot of different taxes that can apply as we just covered, and there are others, and we'll be happy to help you if you do have any questions about these or any others, and we can be reached through our website at www.sdacpa or just give us a call.